All right, so Ubuntu 26.04 LTS is almost here, and I've got to be honest with you. This one feels a little different, not in a flashy way, not in a new theme type of way, but in a way where if you've been using Linux for a while, you start to notice the direction things are going. Now, before we get into it, if you're into Linux, home labs, and anything understanding what's going on under the hood, not just copying commands, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the KeepItTechie channel. It really helps more people find the content, especially folks trying to break into the tech field. All right, so today we're just going to look at Ubuntu 26.04. We're going to talk about what it means because this release isn't just another update, it's a signal. And here's the main question I want you thinking about the entire time of this video. Is Ubuntu evolving in a way that benefits Linux users or in a way that's slowly changing what Linux even is? Let's get into it. So first off, Ubuntu 26.04 is the next long-term supported release. And if you're into Linux, this is important because LTS releases are the versions that companies deploy in production, sysadmins rely on, home lab setups stick with for years, and honestly, most beginners should be using. Now, this version is going to be supported until around 2031. And that's a very long time. Now, traditionally, LTS releases are supposed to be stable, predictable, boring in a good way. But here's the thing, Ubuntu has been standing still. Over the years, we've seen the push towards snap packages, more GNOME-driven workflows, changes that feel a little more curated. And now with 26.04, we're seeing something that feels like a maturity shift. Not just adding features, but refining the baseline. And some of those changes you're going to like, some of them you might not. Let me slow this down for a second, because this is bigger than Ubuntu. A lot of people come into Linux thinking it's open source, so I'm in control. And that's partially true, but distributions like Ubuntu, they're still guided by teams, roadmaps, engineering decisions, and yes, business priorities. And when something changes, it's not random, it's intentional. And Ubuntu 26.04 is one of those releases where if you're paying attention, you start to see patterns like moving away from legacy systems, standardizing modern tools, dropping things that aren't actively maintained. And here's the real thought I want to leave with you. Are we actually learning Linux, or are we just getting comfortable with one version of it? Because when things change, that's when you find out what you really understand. All right, let's break this down. Ubuntu 26.04 is coming with Linux kernel 7.0. For most users, you're not going to boot up your system and say, oh wow, I feel the kernel. But what you will note is better hardware support, improved scheduling, more efficient performance, especially on newer CPUs and GPUs. This is one of those upgrades that quietly make everything better. And if you want to get a little bit more information of what's included, you can go over to the summary for the LTS users, and this breaks down everything that's included. Like for instance, GNOME 50 plus Wayland focus. Now this is where things get visual because Ubuntu is moving forward with GNOME 50, and more importantly, Wayland is now the standard. X11 is completely gone, which I kind of don't like because I really enjoy X11. That's why I am still a ORCH user, because I use XFCE, which still uses X11. You can use Wayland with XFCE, but I prefer X11. And there is someone still developing an alternative to X11. But let's be real, X11 is kind of on its way out, but I still recommend people support that project because it's beneficial to open source, in my opinion. And this is one of those changes that splits the Linux community because Wayland is more modern, more secure, better for the future, but it's not perfect yet. Some apps still behave differently, have compatibility issues, or require workarounds. So the question becomes, do you move forward or do you hold on to what works? And that's where I am in the camp. Now, here's something I think a lot of people will appreciate. Ubuntu 26.04 is showing better desktop responsiveness, improved graphics performance, gains in gaming scenarios. And this is coming from updated message drivers, kernel improvements, better Wayland integration, So if you've been on the fence about Linux gaming, we're definitely getting closer. Now, this is the part that doesn't get those headlines. For one, Google Drive integration is being removed, which I'm kind of happy about, because I'm not a big fan of proprietary software being integrated into the operating system. And they're not just removing it because they decided to just drop it. It's because the underlying library was no longer maintained. And that's something it seems Google likes to do a lot, or they tend to do a lot. They end up building out a project and then they just let it fall to the wayside, or they just kill the team, you know what I'm saying, that's working on it or maintaining it, and no one ever keeps it going. It's kind of what happened with the Google Glass. I was really excited about it and it just went to the wayside. And this is something I really want you to understand. In open source, if nobody maintains it, it doesn't survive. And that's something that's happened with some of my projects. I've built projects to help in the open source community that I totally forgot about, didn't keep maintaining it, didn't keep building it. People were excited about it, but I end up moving on to newer projects or new idea that I came up with and totally forgot about the other one. And once you stop maintaining it, it just ends up kind of dead. And I ended up archiving a lot of things. But that's the trade-off. Freedom comes with responsibility. Now, a couple quick highlights of this release. New default apps replacing older ones, more Rust-based tools showing up, updated system components across the board, better power management, improved security features. And like I said, I recommend you guys go through the list of all the updated applications, and you can check all of that out on this page. I'll have this link down in the description of the video. But this is Ubuntu modernizing its entire stack. All right, so let's actually get our hands on it. And if you want to test Ubuntu 26.04 before release, here's how you do it. Let me go back over to our browser. Let me show you guys another page, and I'll have this link in the description as well. But this is their daily build that they're putting out before the release date. One thing about this link is very slow. You can download the desktop image or the warm image as well, but these links are very slow because everybody is downloading it, and also these images are huge. So this is a 6 GB image. Now, I downloaded it a couple of days ago. I don't even know what version I got, but it'll download, but it just takes a while because everybody's hitting this server. It's probably on just one server and everybody's just downloading it from this one location. It's not like the official release. Well, it'll be distributed out across a whole bunch of servers around the world, so you can get a good connection depending on where you are. This is probably just on like maybe a couple servers that Ubuntu owns, and everybody's hitting those couple servers and probably killing them at this point right now. But like I said, I'll have this link down in the description of the video as well. So go down and grab that latest beta or the daily build from Ubuntu's website if you want to check it out for yourself. So as you can see, I'm in the development branch. This is that latest version. Like I said, I downloaded it. We could just run through it right fast, just show you guys some of the options we'll see once it's newly released or once it's fully released. So help improve, you can send information and all that stuff. This is all going to be a part of that, you know, release once we get it. I'm gonna go with that dark theme. Let's put a little green up in there. That'll look cool. You can open up the app center and then let's just roll through it and just check out what's added. And what I did was I took the long route. I went on and installed all the applications that'll come with it just so I could show you guys. I'm gonna do a longer review. This is just a short one just to show you guys a little bit of the system. But let's just go down and open up the terminal and check out the kernel version. So uname-r. Let's go down and check that out. So yeah, it comes with 7.0.0-13 generic. And then also, if we echo out, what is it? $, what, XDG? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Session, what is it? Type, I believe. Should say Wayland. Yeah, there we go. And you'll likely see Wayland as well. And now you can go through and check out a few pieces of software. Let's see what version of Firefox, which I probably shouldn't open that up. That does take a little time, but you can move some of the stuff around and just see what it looks like. Like I said, I'll do a more in-depth review so you guys can see a little bit more of what actually comes with it when we, oh no, wait, let's go. All right, let's go to help. And you'll see bugs in the development review or the development branch, but it comes with 149.0.2 of version of Firefox, which is cool. Comes with that. You can install whatever you want on it. Obviously, let's see if we got any updates that are going to come through. Let's run sudo apps updates and let's go down there. See if we got any updates on the system. But what I'm gonna do is just install these applications. So let's go sudo apps install, and let's just put htop, which htop, in my opinion, should come installed on the system. In my opinion, I don't know why they don't have that on here by default, but as you can see, they incorporated what it looks like, almost like Nala features. You see how better, the app installer. And we seen that on 25 when they started incorporating that in the app installer. You'll see the differences and all that stuff as people were upgrading their systems. But yeah, let's just run HTOP, just see what the system is doing. And as you can see, I'm running on a virtual machine, so you're not gonna see much difference on here than any of my other systems because I'm running on a virtual machine. It's all virtualized. And so as you can see, it's simple, clean, still very Ubuntu. And that's the point. Even with all these changes, Ubuntu still feels familiar, but under the surface, a lot is very different. All right, let's talk about the real stuff. New means better? Not always. New can also mean less tested, new bugs, changed workflow. Also, the Wayland reality. They say Wayland is the future, but right now it's still a transition, especially if you record your screen, you use certain legacy apps, or have specific GPU setups. Now, people will see things removed and say, why would they do that? But the better question is, who was maintaining it? Because if the answer is no one, then keeping it becomes a definite security risk. And that's why you start seeing a lot of CVEs showing up. Now, some people feel like Ubuntu is becoming more enterprise focused, less community driven. Others see it as more polished, more stable, more accessible. And honestly, both perspectives can exist at the same time. Now, if you're thinking about upgrading, here's how I'd approach it. I say give it some time, let updates roll in. And that's something I always do. I always give it like, a couple months before I even think about updating it. And then most of the time I don't update it till about a year, at least a year, because your current LTS most likely is still covered with security updates. So you don't have to update right away, especially if you have 24.04. Now, if you're on 22.04, it may be time to go on and update to 24.04, which is what I'm in the process of doing right now. I'm going through a couple of my servers that are on 22.04 and updating those to 24.04 because I know those are now stable. And I have a couple of them that have been running software that I use, and I haven't ran into any issues, and it's software that I depend on, and it shows that it has no issues, so it's safe to upgrade it. So I'm looking at upgrading some of that software as well to 24.04, and then we'll wait and see what happens with 26.04. All the bugs are fixed and all that stuff. I never upgrade right away as soon as the latest version is released. Now, also, one of the most important things is test first. Make sure you test. And that's something that I just kind of brought up not that long ago without even thinking about it. Make sure you test. Spin it up in Proxmox, spin it up in a virtual machine, VMware, whatever hypervisor you have. Just go on, spin it up, play around with it, install some of the software that you use or software that you depend on in your homelab environment or in your enterprise environment. If you use Ubuntu at your business, then you want to test, and make sure everything works properly before you decide to upgrade. And that's one thing I recommend for people that are running businesses. Definitely, you want to set up a separate server and run your software on there for, I would say, a couple weeks at least, just to make sure everything is stable. Have two systems running at the same time, running your software, and just make sure you're not running into any issues, and then migrate everything over to the new server. And you can always roll back. Just keep that server up until you finally ready to migrate over to 26.04. Now, also, you need to know your workflow. Ask yourself, do I depend on X11? Also, do I use specific integration? Will Wayland affect me? Those are some key questions you need to ask yourself. Also, stay flexible. This is key. Linux is always changing. The more you understand, the easier it is to adapt. And that means the less you rely on one setup. Now, this is another thing. You should always focus on those fundamentals like commands, concepts, how things actually work, because when the UI changes, your knowledge doesn't break, because you can always just whip open a command line and those commands are still going to be there. Those fundamentals will still be there under the hood. So here's the truth. Ubuntu 26.04 LTS is faster, more modern, more forward looking, but it's also a reminder Linux isn't static, it's evolving. And sometimes the evolution challenges what we're used to. But that's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, you still have control. You can adapt, learn, or choose a different path. That's the power of Linux. So I'll leave you with this. Are you just using Linux, or are you actually learning it? Because when things change, that difference matters. Now, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Go down and drop a comment. Or are you excited about Ubuntu 26.04 like I am? Or are you waiting it out? And as always, this is Josh from KeepItTechie, helping you level up your Linux skills one command at a time. So keep learning, keep exploring, and of course, keep it tech. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you're coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.
Yeah.